Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Latinx Pilates. My name is Marisol, and in today's class, we're going to be doing a full body multi-level workout. Now, someone had pointed out that lately all of my videos have been full body multi-level workouts, and I'm just playing around with this idea of how I would teach a normal group class. Of course, my normal group classes are about 50 minutes to an hour long, so these are a little bit smaller, but in those group classes, I would generally offer multiple different options so that you can take and you can decide what feels best for your body that day in that moment. So with that being said, option number one is going to be a little bit kinder for your body. Option number two is going to be a progression from that. And you will hear me sometimes offering an option number three if I feel like that advanced option is appropriate for that class. So pick the option that best suits you, and then maybe next time you do this class, you can do a different option and see how it feels a little different, how your body gets working a little differently. Other than that, I want to thank a subscriber of ours, Kellen Hall, for commenting on one of our previous videos and letting us know what they thought about the class. It's always really exciting for me, and it just gives me that extra little bit of motivation to keep filming these videos. And I appreciate it. I appreciate all the likes, all the subscribers, and all the comments. So don't forget to do that before you leave today. Other than that, we don't really need much to start. We just need a mat, a little bit of space, and that's it. All right, so we're gonna start sitting down, not standing, sitting down. Ugh, it's about that time of day where my words are all jumbled up. But go ahead and make your way down to a supine position, as we would call it in Pilates. Arms pressing down into the floor, knees bent, feet flat. And before you start, I just want you to take a few deep breaths. You might notice that at the beginning, when you're starting to take these big deep breaths, your breathing might be a little bit quick, maybe not. Chances are it might be. And so I want you to think about slowing it down. And instead of thinking of puffing the ribs up, which they will, that's fine, but what if we think about inhaling and pressing and opening the ribs down to the floor and feeling how almost like the back of your shirt spreads wide apart. And let's try a few more of those breaths. Go ahead and continue your breathing. I'm just going to keep talking per usual. Just kind of calming down the mind and then just being really grateful for this time that we have. All right, reach the arms up to the ceiling. Option number one, feet on the floor. Option number two, legs together in tabletop. Option number three, extend your legs. I'm going to kind of go through each option. Exhale, press the arms down, add a chest lift. Lift yourself up a little higher if you can. Reach those arms forward and pump those arms like you are swimming. So because I'm only one person, I can't quite do all of the three options at the same time. So I'm going to start off with option number one. I'm going to go up to option number two and then to number three, just in case you're curious what that might look like if you're confused. But other than that, focus on really pumping those arms 1 inch up or 1 inch down. And as we do this, we're pumping and inhaling for 5 pumps. Inhale 2, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. Lift the chest a little higher. Energy through those fingers. Keep on going with your breath pattern. I'm going to go over to option number 2. This one is just a little bit more challenging. Try not to drop the feet. And then option number 3, I can extend my legs. Now remember, the lower we go with those legs, the more challenging it is. Let's repeat this for another 4. Inhale 2, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 4, 5. And exhale 2. Last 2. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2. Last 1. Inhale 2, 4, 5. And exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest everything down. Awesome. All right, now that the core is a little bit warmed up, let's separate the feet slightly. Knees about hip width distance apart, arms down by your sides. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, pull the belly in. Let's lift the hips up into our bridge. Hold it up at the top. Feel how the hips start to open a little bit. I want you to think about squeezing those booty cheeks, pressing the hips up just a little bit more. Again, we're working through the hamstrings and the glutes. And then exhale, slowly lower back down, one bone at a time. and continue. Now with bridging is interesting in the sense that it's going to feel different for everybody, and you might not come up the same way as your friend or the person next to you or someone else who might be watching this video. So there's two options how you can do this. Pick the one that feels best for you. Option number one, keeping the back flat as we lift the hips up and down. Option number two, what we would call articulating the spine, lowering and lifting bone by bone, piece by piece. Now, let's hold those hips up at the top for this next one. Option number one, bring the right leg to tabletop. Option number two, stretch the right leg up to the ceiling. Whatever you've chosen, we're gonna lower the leg down so that the knees meet, and then reach back up. Lower down and reach back up. If you're doing option number one, it's gonna feel like you're tapping your toe on the floor and then bringing it back to tabletop. If you are in option number two, a little bit more challenging, let's go for 5, 4, keep those hips lifted, 3, 2, 1, and bend the knee, rest it down. Bring the opposite leg to tabletop. Maybe even lift the leg back up. All right, when we're ready here, go ahead and lower the leg and exhale, lift. Lower the leg and exhale, lift. And we're just gonna continue to do this here. Remember the option that you like. I'm gonna go through these two options in case you need some clarification. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, pressing your arms into the floor, lifting the hips higher, 2, and 1. Bend the knees, rest the feet down, lift those hips up nice and high, give them a little bit of a stretch, and then exhale, slowly lower back down. Good. Now we're gonna come up to help ourselves up to seated. Hug the knees into the chest for me. Actually, you know what? Let's go through option number one. Let's all do option number one, and then we'll progress from there. Knees are bent, feet are in front of you. Reach those arms forward, sit up tall. Inhale. Exhale, pull the waistline back, tuck the tailbone, and go down to where you can. But I want you to try to get your low back pressing into the floor. Once you're there, you're gonna press those arms forward and come back up. Now, I know that there's some of you who might not be able to do that. That's okay. Just lower down to where you can. It's the tuck of the tailbone that we're trying to ingrain in the body. We're trying to get to that point. Once you can do this pretty smoothly, chances are you're pretty ready for the next challenge, which is option number 2. So if you like this, keep doing this. For everyone else, we're gonna come up to seated, hug the knees into the chest. We're gonna roll like a ball. And yes, that's the name of the exercise. So hug the knees into the chest, look forward, inhale, roll back, exhale, forward. Let's all continue to do this 4 times. Inhale back, exhale, roll forward. Inhale back, exhale, roll forward. Last 2. Last 1. Actually, 1 more because it feels really good. And come up to seated. Awesome. Now from here, everyone hug the right knee into the chest. Everyone extend the left leg long and slowly, slowly, slowly come back. All right, from here, hold on to that shin, lift up a little higher. When you're ready, inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Now this is really option number 1, but I want everyone to start off with this one, and then we'll slowly build on top of that. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stretch the top leg up. We've got this. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Good. This would be option number 2. If this is just not available to you today, go back to that knee bending into the chest. So what would be option number 3? We would just add a rotation to this. So let's grab the right leg, hold it here, bring the hands behind the head, exhale, rotate your upper body to that right leg, and exhale, switch other side. Now, if you want to do the rotation, but you need to bend your knee, that's fine. Add and take away the layers that suit you, that feel good for your body. And the ones that don't, we get rid of, and we're gonna try again some other day. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Rest the feet down. Rest the upper body down as well. Now, option number 1 for this next one, tuck your hands underneath your tailbone. Option number 2, hands down by your side. I'm gonna start with option number 1 here for everyone. I'm gonna come to a knee bent position. I want everyone to do the same thing. Squeeze the inner thighs. Lower the toes down to the floor. Barely tuck and exhale, lift. Now, this is a really great option to start with because it lets you know, okay, how still is the trunk of my body? Do I need it to be a little bit stiller? Do I need to adjust anything so that my low back doesn't arch too much? Now, if you're feeling pretty good about this, you think that you can progress from here, think about straightening the legs, lowering down as you inhale, exhale to flex and lift. Let's try that again. Point the toes, lower down, exhale, flex the feet lifted up. Now, again, as we're doing this, start to assess what you feel in your low back. Do you feel like your low back is arching a little too much? What's going on there? Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees, lower the feet down, and rest for a second. Now again, hands in either of those 2 positions. Bring your legs to tabletop, squeeze the inner thighs. Lean your legs over to the right, let your left hip lift off of the floor. Circle the legs down, to the left, and up to center. I'm gonna take my hands out now because I like option number 2 for this one. Lean your legs over to the right, circle down, left and up. Let's go for 3. Use your breath. Exhale as you circle down and up. Last 2. Give your hips some freedom to move. Last 1. And come back to center. That was part 1. Part 2, we're gonna do 4 more of those with the legs straight, if that's an option. If not, keep the knees bent. Let's repeat that again. So 4 more. Reach the legs up. Over to the right. Exhale, round down, over, up and center. Let's try it again. Again, finding our control, finding what feels good to the body. Last 2. And last 1. Back to center, rest the feet down. Oh, awesome. You should feel it in the waistline. Feel the center of the body working a little bit. Okay, let's do the reverse direction. So legs in tabletop. Remember, we're gonna do, well, let's do 5 with the knees bent and then 4 with the legs straightened. So the first one is kind of like a warm up. Okay, lean the legs to the left, come down, over to the right, up and back to center. Let's go, that was 5. Let's go for 4, using our breath. Last 3. Whew, these really warm you up. Last 2. And last 1. Come back to center, stretch those legs up to the ceiling. Oh, this is my favorite. Let's go for it. Lean over and down. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Rest the feet down. Oh my goodness. I love the ways that those feel afterwards, of course. Come up to seated. Let's stretch the spine a tiny bit. Shift your hips back. Stretch those legs forward. Flex the feet. Reach the arms forward. Sit up tall like someone's pulling you up. Exhale, reach the arms forward. Tuck the chin. Push all the air out of your body. Reach forward. Don't let the arms droop. And then inhale, exhale, slowly lower. Again, exhale, tuck the chin, reach forward. Pull the waistline back. Inhale, exhale, slowly roll on there. Let's go for 3. Last 2. And last one. And come all the way up. Hands down. Okay. Let's switch quickly to quadruped position. It's just hands and knees. So hands underneath the shoulders on the floor, knees on the floor as well. Now, I do know that knees here isn't always the kindest. So if you need to do this standing with your hands on a counter, hands on the wall, that's always a great option. Now from here, we're just gonna extend the right leg back. When you're ready, extend the left leg back. This mat is not as long as I'm accustomed to. You guys know from previous videos, my mat is usually super long. This one's a little bit shorter. I'm testing it out. Testing out a cheaper Manduka option as I'm trying to distract you from all the thing you're playing. Think about pressing the chest away. Think about also pulling the heels back and then shifting the heels forward without letting that movement affect your hip height. So something to play around with. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest your knees down. Press your hips back. Stretch those arms. Hold it there. Find that little stretch. Good. All right. We are going to try that one more time. A little bit shorter this time around, but we're still going to try. Hands on your floor. For this next variation, we're going to try lifting one leg up and then the other one. Do not focus on the height. Just focus on lifting the leg and squeezing the glutes. All right, so from here, lift the right leg up, lower it down. Lift the left leg up and lower it down. Again, listen to your body. If your body's saying, you know what, maybe not this second, that's okay. Let's go for 5. Last 4. 3, 2, 1. Rest the knees. Press the hips back. Stretch those arms out. Oh, that feels great on the back. Speaking of the back, let's come down on our bellies. We're gonna work the back muscles a little bit. So let's do hands underneath the shoulders. Hopefully you guys can hear me with the mic away. But from here, I just want you to think about inhale, lifting the chest, pushing against the floor, and lifting the legs up to where your body will let you, and then slowly lower down. Sometimes you have to just give it a few reps before you start to feel as though your body's gonna let you do some stuff today. Let's go for 4. Last 3. 2. Last 1. Come down halfway from there. Reach your arms back behind you. Palms facing the floor. And paddle your legs like you're swimming. Squeeze the armpits nice and tight. Bring the hands closer to your hips. Paddle your legs. Bring your arms up. Now, could you make this more difficult? Absolutely. Reach the arms forward like Superman and paddle your arms along with your legs. I am choosing to bring my arms back. And as we finish this one, I want you to think about how awesome it is that you're this far in the video and that you're doing this exercise. Like, how cool is that your body was letting you do that today? Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest everything down. Doesn't that feel good when you rest it down? All right, let's try something that we did kind of already. Hands underneath the shoulders. This time before we inhale to lift the chest, we're gonna kick our booty 2 times. Kick the glutes. 1, 2, or exhale, exhale. Inhale, stretch those legs, lift the chest. And again, lower. Exhale, exhale. Lift up, stretch, and again. Let's go for 4. Last 3. And 2. Last 1. And relax it down. Oh, that feels amazing. But we're not done. Go ahead and lift the chest up halfway. Lift those legs. And part 2, we're going to repeat that swimming. So reach the arms back, palms facing down, or reach the arms forward, palms facing down. Whatever you've chosen, let's paddle those legs. If your arms are forward, paddle the arms. It's a little tricky to do this with the arms pulling back, but you can try. From here, I want you to think, how can I get my chest a little higher? How can I bring more energy through my legs so that my legs are faster? For 10, 9, you've got this. 8, 7, think about how good it's gonna feel when you're done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome, hands underneath the shoulders. Exhale, push and press back. Stretch out the spine a little bit. We're almost done, team, we're almost done. Okay, go onto your side. Option number 1, forearms. Option number 2, hand is straight. For this side, I'm gonna do option number 1. Whatever you've decided, bend both knees. If we can, we're going to lift those hips. So a nice diagonal line from the knees to the crown of the head. Top arm goes on your hips, top leg extends out. 10 lifts, nice and easy. Let's go for 10. 9, 8, 7, nothing to it. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, but we're not done. Tap the floor in front of you. Lift and pull back. Tap the floor behind you. Lift and pull back. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the hips down. Not for long though, not for long. Bend both of your knees. Option number 1. Lift the hips up. Option number 2, extend the top leg, hold it there. Option number 3, extend both legs into your side plank. We're gonna reach the top arm up regardless. Hold here for 10, lifting the waist. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the hips down. Awesome. Check. Other side. All right, bend the knees. Forearms, straight arms, whatever you need. All right, I'm gonna go on to my straight arms half the time here. Reach the hips up, hold it there. Hopefully I don't kick the plant behind me. Reach the arm wherever you need it. 10 lifts. Let's go for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tap forward and down. Up, pull it back. I had to make sure I wasn't going to kick my plant. Forward, down, and back. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Not that bad. I'll lower those hips down. Good. All right, so for side plank, I'm gonna go down on my forearm, I think. I've been having a little bit of an elbow issue recently. I think I know why. My fault, no worries. Lift the hips up into your side plank. I am gonna extend my top leg down on the floor. However, everyone is gonna try to reach that arm up. Hold it here. For 10, lift the waist. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the hips down. Woo! Awesome. All right, last little bit here. Team, sit forward. Okay, remember that rolling back exercises we did when we were seated? Very similar, but this time, let's try with the legs straight. Let's see if we can do it. If not, bend your knees to help yourself up. Reach the arms forward. Inhale, exhale, pull the waistline back. Slowly roll down. Reach the arms up and overhead. Inhale, big inhale. Exhale, arms down, chest lift. Slowly roll on up. And reach up. Oh my gosh. And pull it back. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, arms down, chest lift. Slowly curl on up. And in. Just for funsies. Go ahead and come all the way up. Awesome. Hands back behind your hips. Lift the chest, stretch the shoulders. Stretch the chest open. Take a few deep breaths and just think about how awesome is it that we made it through that whole thing and that our body can do that. I don't know. I always find it amazing. All right, from here. Thank you guys so much for doing this class with me, and don't forget to let me know in the comments down below if you liked the class, what you thought, how you felt, all the details, and I hope to see you guys in the next class. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye guys, have a great day.